Our top story: in Syria, foreign-backed militants have moved into the centre of the Christian town of Ma'lula. Al-Qaeda-linked Nusra Front fighters have stormed the Greek Orthodox monastery of Mar Thekla and are holding several nuns there. The convent is home to some 40 nuns and orphans. Given past atrocities, security sources and observers don't rule out the possibility of violence against the Christians in the town. The picturesque town is a symbol of the ancient Christian presence in Syria, and its 5,000 residents are among the few in the world who speak Aramaic, the language of Jesus Christ. Let's get more now from Mohammed Adi, our correspondent with us live from Damascus. So, Mohammed, tell us the latest.
Yes, Huma, as you have just been saying, a number of armed men entered two parts of the historic town of Ma'lula in the northeastern countryside of Damascus and attacked actually Mar Thekla monastery there and held captive the head of the monastery, Balagia Sayyaf, and a number of nuns who were there and were inside also the orphanage close to this monastery. We have to note here that this is not the first time armed men and pro-Al-Qaeda militants enter to Ma'lula or attack this ancient and Christian city in Damascus countryside. Earlier in the year, armed men occupied this town, terrified its residents, and of course the army was able at the end to secure it. However, we know that today this is what the foreign-backed militants did. They attacked this town once again. We have to note here, Huma, that the reason of such an attack, according to experts, is to perhaps decrease maybe the pressure on the militants in an area very close to Ma'lula, El-Nabak, where armed men are being chased down by the Syrian army units over there. So they thought if they attacked Ma'lula, they can perhaps decrease the pressure and alleviate what is happening on the militants over there. However, we have to also note that Al-Qalamun area is a region north in the northern countryside of Damascus over there. It contains several villages and gatherings. One of those villages and gatherings is El-Nabak, as I told you, where clashes are happening. Deir Atiyah and Qara are also parts of this region. However, those were the latest victories for the Syrian army, in which they were secured and cleared of militants. So the armed men in the whole region are under huge pressure as the army is chasing them down. However, there is a flow of militants from Lebanon to Syria because this region is on the border between Lebanon and Syria and close to Arsal also, that hosts a large number of militants. This is why we see now a large number of operations happening. This is why we know that the Syrian military continues its operations to clear it of militants. However, what is mostly important now is the main highway that links Damascus with Homs. It is cut now because of the operations and because of the snipers of the foreign-backed militants, particularly in El-Nabak, where the army is working on securing this town. And we know that according to the reports we're getting, we might hear in the coming 24 to 48 hours this town secured and the whole highway secured.
Mohammed Adi, our correspondent with us live from Damascus. Mohammed, thank you very much for that update.